Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for signing up for that email newsletter. If you're seeing this video and you haven't signed up yet, I'll leave a link down below in the description or in the comments, wherever you're finding this. And if you're on YouTube right now and somehow you discovered this, please give it a like, give it a follow, give me a subscribe, all those bells and whistles. That will be fantastic. It helps me know what to create and how much more, if this is valuable to you, all that stuff. So what I'm going to talk about in this video are the 3 phases that you need to do to start creating video content. Now, you might have a little bit of experience creating content right now, but it might be all over the place. It might not have any methodology. It might not have any, systems in place to create content consistently, but not only that, to create impactful video that, moves the needle in whatever direction you want it to head in. Some people will just jump right into making a video without actually thinking about what it is they're making. They just want to make something cool. And I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I've fallen victim to that still to this day, because I just want to make something cool. But my most successful videos are videos that have some thought behind it, that have a team behind it mostly, and that really put forth the effort into these 3 phases. And I've broken these down to help you out on your next video, series of videos, whatever that is. Let's jump into the 3 phases right now, and I'll just kind of briefly go over them with you. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, shoot me a message. I'll leave all that information down below. Let's jump right into it. So the first one is going to be your discover phase. This is where you always need to start. You need to start with discovery. This is going to be your who, your what, your why. I know those words are kind of broad, but it's really like, who is your audience? What are you trying to tell them? And why are you trying to tell them this? So, I know a lot of people will say to themselves, oh, my audience is everyone. I want to make video for the masses. Well, that's great. And that sounds beautiful, but this day and age, you really need to find somebody that you can talk to, that you can that you can cater a message to, because you're not going to be able to please everyone with your message, but you are going to be able to reach some people. So what I like to sort of tell people is that, a lot of writers, authors who create their own, who write books, they'll tell you, to write for an audience of 1. Write as if you're writing to your son or your daughter, or to someone you're trying to teach, or that sort of thing. It really, obviously it depends on the genre as well, but if you're doing like some kind of informational book or self-help book or something like that, imagine like you're writing to someone that you're directly affecting, and that really would resonate. It will resonate with that individual. Same thing goes with video. You want to have an audience of 1, so you need to figure out what that audience is, who that person is, and make sure you're catering towards them. And whenever you figure out who that person is, you really need to know them, their personality, their age, all that stuff. So if you're trying to make a video for pregnant women under 25, make sure we make note of that and try to cater our messaging towards that. All right, and the what is obviously going to be the problem you solve or the message that you want to deliver. So if you're in ministry, you might want to do a campaign to raise funds, that sort of thing. That's going to be your what. And your why, obviously, is to, why you want to do it. You want to raise funds. You just got to keep that vision in front of you so you don't lose track of it in lieu of creating awesome content. Pretty straightforward, but it's always good to write these things down and to get a clear vision ahead of time. And also within Discover, we're gonna plan the strategy. This is really just about knowing where you're going to put this video. Are you going to play it in service? Are you going to play it on Facebook? Is it for an audience outside of your church or outside of your business? Is it internal? Is it just communicate with certain people within? And all that stuff. So we really want to hone in on setting our target, our who, what, why. We want to hone in on the strategy involved. And then we also want to go ahead and just schedule this thing out, because what doesn't get planned doesn't get done. So we want to plan, we want to schedule, we want to do all that stuff, because it's just super important. And if you jump right into the next phase, which is the cool stuff, then you're going to be missing a whole bunch. So the next phase is actually going to be develop, right here. Develop is what we're going to do. This is the style we're going to choose. This is the story we're going to build, the storyboarding, the shooting of the content, the writing. All that stuff happens in this phase. And this phase right here is the cool stuff, right? It's where you actually see things happening. But don't forget about this phase right here, because you could just be making some cool looking stuff which will please other people who make cool looking stuff, but it's not going to have any effect. It's not going to have any impact like you want. So really, you really want to focus on this. So the second phase is develop. In this phase, you're going to choose your style. Like, are we going to do an animation here? Are we going to do some sort of testimonial or narrative piece or documentary or whatever that is? This is where you're going to decide, and then you're going to build the story out from there based on that. And you also need to figure out, probably in the second phase, what you can actually do capability wise. That'll determine this as well. And then you're going to build out your story, and you're going to plan, stick to your schedule that you already written out, and then shoot. And then after you get through shooting the content and everything, we're going to go into the delivery phase. This is the phase that we go into where we actually get all the raw assets, get all of our scripts, get everything like that, and just put it all together in editing. Now, this could last anywhere from 2 days to a month, depending on the type of, video that you're making. But this is the part where all the stuff just starts. You get all these raw assets and you start putting them all together. And this is where we're going to create the video, we're going to finalize the video, and we're going to launch the content into the world based off everything we did in phase 1. So, pretty straightforward, but it's always good to have these segments laid out for you so you know where you're at in the process. You can't go forward without doing the one before. At least you can, but it might not work out well for you. This is what we do. This is what I do to solidly create impactful content on a regular basis. I always put these steps into play and so I can get the results that I want to get. Now, I hope that really helps you out. That was very quick, very down and dirty. I didn't really prep too much before I did this, but I wanted to get it out there so you can see these 3 simple steps. And I hope they help you out. I hope that you can start seeing your vision, your video in these 3 steps, with the discover phase, the develop phase, and then the deliver phase. If you start viewing things through that lens, you'll simplify your process and you'll start creating more content regularly. And not only that, you'll have content that is impactful and moves the needle in the right direction. Again, very simple, but simplicity is what works. Has for me, has for other folks that I know that do this similar process as mine. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, shoot me a message, whatever it is, I'll have it all below. Thank you again. Subscribe if you haven't. Yay, that'll be so much fun for me. And thanks.